And we are live.
Oh, good morning. Now she wants to talk. Good morning, people. Day 22 of quarantine. People go on, but today we're going to be talking about padding from home. So, padding is a skill. You think kickboxing is a skill, front kick, jab, cross, but padding is just as big a skill. And if you want to be good at it, you need to learn how to do it. Right, padding. Padding is a skill. So, first of all, you don't need it, but it does really help. You need a pair of hand wraps to protect your hands. Perfectly demonstrated by Leah. You need a pair of hand wraps. You need a, oh yeah, don't put me in front of that camera. You need a pair of gloves. And you need a pair of focus pads. You didn't hit me then one. There you go, perfect. Ah! So right, put them out of the way. Right, you can, believe it or not, pad with none of that. And I'm going to show you how to do that first. Good morning, Dave. But obviously if you have them, they do help. Let's talk about the padding. We need to talk about the angles of pads. We need to talk about the amount of pressure, the amount of resistance that goes into the pads. Power management from the person hitting them, whoever's hitting them. Haven't decided that part yet. How many rounds are you going to do? How long are the rounds? So you might go, right, let's do some padding. All right, what, we're going to do a 15-minute round, are we? Or are we going to do 1 minute round? Are we going to do 20 rounds? Are we going to do 2 rounds? So that's quite important because that person that's working needs to know how long they're going to go for. The mental state of the person that's padding is absolutely vital. We're going to talk about that when we start padding. Why we pad, that's pretty obvious, it's a workout. How to stand, so if you don't know how to stand, believe it or not, there's a skill and a base on how to stand. Positioning of you and your partner. If you're enjoying this, just give me a number 1, just say number 1. Top 1, give me a number 1. I need to know if you're interested, if you're actually going to sit and watch and listen and learn, and if you're going to find this interesting. So just please drop me a 1, because Leah needs it, not me. The timing is so important. The power, the pressure, and the movement of the pads is really important. The praise is important. We haven't even thrown a punch yet, and we've talked about all these skills. Yes, guys, thank you. Give me that number 1, I need it. It's a Friday morning, it's a bank holiday, and I'm still working, trying to teach you lot how to pad. So we haven't even thrown a single jab or stood in a stance yet, and you've got all of them things to think about before you get your person to throw that jab, okay? The techniques we're going to talk about very quickly today are going to be the basics. Jab, cross, uppercut, hook, parry, slip, roll. We're not even going to kick. I have put a couple of kicks in here, but we're not even going to kick, we're just going to punch. We'll do a front kick. We'll do a front kick, just in case anyone gets kicked and hurt, okay? So basic punches, basic blocks, and how to kick. So Leah's going to hit, I'm going to pad. So, with or without pads, you need to stand in the stance. Now, not that you can see our feet, but we are standing in a stance. So put your feet together. Let's go 101. Let's go really beginner. Feet together. Take your legs out a little bit. Bend your legs so you're comfortable. Your legs apart, about shoulder width apart, and then take your powerful leg, your good leg, backwards. Not that you can see that, but if you could see that, that's what you'd be doing. Okay? That is our left stance, or our comfortable stance. Now, even without pads, Leah's left hand will go to my left hand. That's a jab. Leah's right hand will go to my right hand. That's a cross. So you don't go, if I hold my left hand out for a jab, Leah throws a cross. Because a lot of people do that. So that doesn't work. Do it again. It won't work, okay? So, punches left to your left. So you go opposites, cross, opposites. Uppercut, guess what? Opposite, opposite, hook, opposite, opposite. So you always go their left to your left, pretty much 99% of the time until you become advanced. But if you know how to do that, you won't be watching this video, okay? So, Leah's left to my left, Leah's right to right. That's really important. When you start getting tired, you start forgetting things. And you'll be amazed amount of people, you get halfway through a round, or you get 3rd or 4th round in, and they start doing some really stupid things. So you go up, you go, throw cross, and you go, uppercut! Let's try that again. Throw cross, don't punch her on the nose. I go, uppercut! She still wants to throw an uppercut. Throw a cross. Forget what I'm doing, throw a cross. Uppercut! And they throw a cross and punch you square in the nose, okay? Because they're getting tired, their brain stops to work. If you start going faster, their brain will stop to work. You know, 2 plus 2 is? 4 plus 4 is? It's quite easy, isn't it? Jab, cross. It's quite easy at the moment. 2 plus 2 times 5 divided by 4 multiplied by 10. What's the square root of it? All of a sudden, it's quite hard, isn't it? So if I start going, Watch the radiator. Double jab, cross, roll, 3. Up, over, roll, 3. Body shot, up, over, roll, screw shot. All of a sudden you're going, what? Now if you know all of that, then again this video isn't for you. Thank you for watching, I do appreciate it. But if that just blew your head off, this is what this is about. We need to build it up. Ooh, this is good, isn't it? Okay, so without pads, you can still pad, but obviously if Leah tries to punch me as hard as she can, with the wrong hand, it's going to hurt my hands, it's going to hurt my knuckles. This is why you need wraps, focus pads, and boxing gloves. But you can do it without it, so uppercut, cross. Now, as an instructor, I wouldn't expect you to do this because most of you, apart from who's still on, Colin, if you're still here, obviously you would do it because it's your job. But the rest of you, jab, cross. Just make sure their hands are near their head. That's all you need to do for now. So don't go jab, cross, drop your guard. So if they're standing in front of you like that, by all means, slap them. Kick your guard up, get your guard up, jab, cross, and block. But if you're not an instructor, that's about as far as you need to go, okay? So, really simple, jab, cross, uppercut, cross. Okay, that is effectively how you pad. Right, pick gloves on. Right, now we're going to go to pads and gloves. And we're still going to go slowly. And I'm going to show you the angles of pads. Okay? So, now we have 12 people still on, so if you're still watching, I hope this helps. This is in reality for children that don't know how to pad, or parents that are padding your children and you don't know how to do it. So again, if you're enjoying it, just drop me a 1, say hello, say good morning, send me an Easter egg. Right, so let's go a little bit deeper. If I hold the pads completely flat, Leah won't be able to get her jab onto it. So if we move closer to the camera, if I hold that flat and she throws a jab, look at the angle, the glove isn't hitting that pad correctly. So I need them to connect like this, not like that. Because if Leah hits that, it's going to bounce and ricochet away, okay? So when you hold a pad up, a lot of people think you go like this, jab cross, but they're not twisted out, but they're flat. Now these are meant to represent my face, so my face is curved, like this, okay? So the pad actually pulls in probably about 10 to 15 degrees, roughly. So when her fist, when her knuckles, when her glove hits this pad, it's landing flat, okay? And that's the same for a cross. So I'm holding them at her head height. So I'm not going like this, and I'm not going like that, okay? Because she's not going to get any power. So if you're padding, you hold them roughly at your partner's head. So if I was 6'5" and Leah was 5 foot, I need to hold them down here, because they're her head height. So the person that's punching is the one that's working. So they are the ones that need it at their level, yeah? Unless you're doing a drill where you're going, right, you're going to practice fighting your next opponent who's a foot taller than you, okay? But we're not there, are we? If you are there, then you ain't watching this video. And if you are watching this video, hello. Right, so at her head height, jab, cross. Make sure I'm pulling them in, changing the angle ever so slightly. Okay. Now we're in the kitchen. We've got about 4 foot between the table and the radiator. We've got about 4 foot from the worktop to the fridge freezer. Okay. There is room. You don't need much room. Admittedly, I wouldn't recommend doing spinning kicks in this area, but we could have a good little workout in this 4 foot square. It's not even 4 foot. It's about 3 foot, 3 and a bit foot. You can see I'm not hitting the radiator. Right. Okay. Cool. They get the point. You get the point. Right. Jab cross. Jab cross. Now, I would like to put a lot of movement in, but again, we're restricted for space. If you're in the front room where you've got room, if you're in the garden, on the decking, wherever you've got a bit more room, you can put a bit more movement into it. And I keep hitting the radiator now. Uppercut, cross. Now, uppercut, it's at her chin level. It's not here, and it's not down here, okay? It's at her chin. She wants to practice fighting, she wants to practice punching someone who is about her size, because in theory she should get a reasonably fair fight, okay? It's only short dwarfs like me that have people that are taller than me all the time, okay? So, again, look at the angle of the pad. It isn't 100% flat. It will be at a slight angle, because my chin will be at a slight angle, okay? And by the way, this is how I pad. If you're watching it and going, that's not how you pad, That's cool. That's just not how you pad. This is how we pad at HKO. If you like it, amazing. If you don't, that's cool. I won't be offended. Just, you don't pad how we pad. That's all. How we pad. Right, so that's the uppercut. Now you got a hook. Now when we throw a hook, again, it's at her head height, her face height, her nose height. And she's trying to punch, come to the camera, spin around a little bit. She's trying to make a connection with her knuckles, not like that. Okay, with her knuckles, that's how we knock people out. And you keep your arm bent, so get your right arm out of the way so I can't see. Boom, there you go, perfect, like that. Yeah, so she's not throwing a swing. Yeah, she's turning her body in, knuckles. And this is about padding today, not about technique of how she's going to punch. Now, the other thing, when people throw hooks, when they hold pads, they go like this, 2 hooks. Well, they find 2 different people. Yeah, we fight one person at a time, don't we? So 2 hooks wants to be 1 hook, 2 hook. Their head is here, so maybe like that, but then you can't hit them because they're too close. Yes, when you do 2 hooks, don't do that. That's 2 different people. We're not fighting 2 different people. Fight one person. So I'll go left hook, I get this one ready that's behind it, see, behind it. I go left hook, right hook. Okay, like that. That's kind of the basic way of doing it. Okay, so left hook, right hook. So they can't punch at the same time, it doesn't work. Yeah, if they're too close, they won't get to hit them because they're in the way. And if they're too wide, she won't do a hook. It will just be a load of rubbish. So you go left hook, right hook. Okay, left hook, right hook. So, jab and a cross. As close to your face as possible. So not out here, that's 2 different people again. Jab is as close to your head as you can get it. Cross is as close to your head as you can get it. It's at her head height, not my head height, her head height. Okay? 1 or 2 punches at a time, so don't try and go 17, because you're not that good. And if you are that good, you won't be watching this video. Okay? Uppercuts, their chin level, again, depends on their size and their power, will depend on the slight angle that you do, but don't keep it flat. Certainly don't overturn it towards you, they'll never get on it. So, a little bit towards them. Again, left uppercut, right uppercut. If you look, I'm holding it in front of my chin. A lot of people do this, 2 uppercuts. There's 2 different heads. Left uppercut, right uppercut. Left hook, right hook. Okay, that cool?
Yeah.
Excellent. Right, now we're going to talk about pressure on the pads. So I don't do this. Right, jab, jab. So there's nothing on it at all. Right, jab as hard as you can. Do you feel safe jabbing that?
No.
Yeah, so she doesn't trust in my arm, so she can't punch as hard as she wants to punch it because there's no pressure. The other thing is, I don't want to over pad, so I don't want to do this. Yeah, I actually broke a couple of fingers years ago doing that with one of my old coaches because he was over padding. Okay, and you see it all the time. Like, give me a jab cross. Yeah, and what you see, and again, this is only some, but they'll go like this: jab cross, jab cross. Yeah, and I think they're doing an amazing job because they're hitting really powerful, really hard, and there's loads of energy. But she can't get a decent jab cross. Okay, so I want to hold them still. I want to hold them in one place. And as she makes contact, there's a little pressure. I don't let her flop backwards. I don't push forwards because she wants to hit here. She wants to target here. If I start moving it, yeah. I don't know many people when you're fighting, they go like this: punch me on the nose, punch me on the nose. Okay. So you have to put a bit of pressure in. And again, you'll hear the sound change. Do it again. I'll go floppy. And listen. Listen. Right, listen again. Step off a bit close. See, she's getting it wrong there. Not wrong, but not. There you go, Scott. There you go. There we go. Hey. And when you get it perfect, you'll get that slap. So that one missed. That one better. No. There we go. Yeah? She's been doing it like every day for 12 years. It will still take time to get perfect. So you've got to get the angle of the glove and the angle of the pad just about right. When you get them right, you get that clap, that ksh, and I'm hoping you could probably hear the difference. Okay? So that's moving the pads. Timing. Timing is so important. So I don't want to go like this. Jab cross.
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay? Or a lot of people go like this. So go on then. So when does she know when to punch? When does she know how to punch? Keep going, and then they go, oh, I changed it. Ooh. So she doesn't know when I'm going to change. So this is what we do, okay, at HK. Hands down. Get your guard up. No, get your guard up. She gets hit otherwise. Right, hands down. There's nothing to hit. We're moving. And then up comes the jab. So she responds. And look, now there's nothing to hit, so she would be moving. In the gym, we'd be moving. So they come up. So a lot of beginners, a lot of new people will go like this. She doesn't know when to throw. Yeah, watch the side. She doesn't know when to throw because they're constantly there. She's not reacting. It's a bit like that game in the arcades. What's it called? I don't know what it's called. You know, there's the bunny one.
Well, they pop up and
that's it. Yeah. Whatever it's called. That. So what we want to do is you're on your toes and go like this. Boom. So she's now starting to react to the pads. Okay? So it's a bit more fun. It's a bit more enjoyable. The other thing is, and again, it's very difficult. She can't have a go at me for padding badly if I've never done it before. And vice versa, I can't have a go at her if she's never punched before and I know how to pad. So this is kind of when you go into an instructor, part of the padding. But you need to be able to get on. This is like a relationship. So we see so many brothers and sisters to start with doing this. They go like this.
Whack-a-mole.
Whack-a-mole. Thank you very much, Sean. Whack-a-mole. There we go. So we see so many children go like this. Or so many brothers and sisters go, jab cross! Jab cross! You're doing it wrong! What are you doing? You're rubbish. That's not how you do it. Take it there. Okay? This is a relationship. If she wants to punch hard and fast, she's got to trust me. I have to trust her. Because it's a connection when you're doing this. Okay? This is why you'll see people like George posting stuff about the connection between the fighter and the instructor. It's stronger than a brother and sister. It's stronger than husband and wife. Like, the fighter puts their trust in me when they go in the ring. Worst case, they're going to get banged out, aren't they? Yeah? So he trusts in me to entrust in him to do what he has to do. So the bond is not massive. So we've got to get on. It's no different to anything else we do, like doing homework or tidying your bedroom or cleaning the car. Okay? You've got to do a good job. I want her to do a good job, so I'm not going to go like this. Even if she's getting it wrong, I'm not going to go, come on, no, that's rubbish. Leah, I've taught you this a million times. What are you doing? You shit. It's harsh, isn't it? Okay. So, you've got to be really positive. This is why I'm always positive. You have to be positive. Okay? So even if she's getting it wrong, I'm going to give her positive reinforcement and tweak her. Now, you're not an instructor, so I wouldn't expect you to do that. But, jab. Jab. Cross. Right, not bad. Move back. Right, keep your guard up a little bit higher. 2. Right, that's better. Uppercut. Cross. Oh, you missed that one. And again. And again. Jab, cross. Yeah, that was better. Well done. Okay? So I'm constantly giving her feedback. I'm constantly saying to her, yeah, that was good. Well done. That was better. Or you missed that one slightly. Rather than having a go at her, I'm trying to tweak her to go forward. Okay? Hope that makes sense. Because there's nothing worse than having someone pad you do this. Anyway, right, I was at school. No, I wasn't at school, I was in quarantine. So actually, I was sitting at home. Mum had a go at me. That was rubbish. The dog ate the cat. That was a really, really bad day. I hate you because you're my daughter. The wife hates me. I'm a miserable twit now. It's just depressing, isn't it? They want to work out. They want a proper workout. They want to work hard, yeah? So like, I would suggest as a beginner, 1 minute rounds, 30-second rests. 1 minute round to a minute rest, maybe. If you're a bit fitter, 2 minute rounds, 30-second rest. But it can only take, if you're really good at this, it can take about 30 seconds. Good morning, Dan. How are you? Right, watch. Ready?
Yeah.
2. 2. 1. 1. 2. 1. 1. 2. 1. 1. 4. 1. Warm up. Yeah. Up. Over. 2. 1. 1. 1. 2. 1. 1. 2. That was probably about 25 seconds. Warm? Yeah. Yeah, 25 seconds. Again, if you've never done this properly, this sport is insane. This is one of the best fitnesses you can get. If you're good at padding, it's phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. And it's fun, and it's enjoyable, and you get to hit shit. Your daughter, your dad. Ow! Good morning, Graham. Good morning, Sean, Jamie, Max, Sean, everyone else who's still here. So, you all right there? Brand new gloves.
Thanks.
Kickstart your confidence. Look at that. I had them made just for my podcast.
It's a way of life.
It is a way of life. It is a way of life. It's on everything. It's been on my stuff for about 20 years. So, Kickstart your confidence as well. So, it was mine. Praise is important. And not just in pads, in life, isn't it? Thinking about it. Like, you know, I try to praise everyone, members of the gym, my staff, my daughters, my wife, my friends, even my enemies. I'll even say I don't have very many enemies, but you know, I'll still go, oh, they're doing a really good job. You know, people that So, just to recap, padding is not just padding; it is a skill. There's a reason. So, if we're padding, you know, if we do 25 rounds per class, 3 classes, 75 rounds of pads. Oh, sorry, picking you up. It takes a lot out of you. So the other things to bear in mind is, for example, Christina, if you're padding Callum, if Leah was padding me, she could pad me very well and I would get a really good workout. And when we start off kind of mainly probably in the cadets or the beginners of the teens, what we get is, oh, they're padding me, they're not strong enough, because they're 3 years younger than me, for example. Leah could give me a wicked workout on the pads because she's good enough. Can I hit her full power? No. Can I front kick her as hard as I want to? No. I can kick her hard, yes, because she knows how to take it, but I can't kick her at full power. So I'd need an adult for full power. But she can still give me a fantastic workout, okay? Because she knows how to do it. So once you learn how to do it, Christina, you will be able to give Callum a great workout once you've done it. But Callum, you will not be able to go at full power because you're still going to smash her up. Sorry, Christina, that's the way it is. Your son's a monster. And again, Cleo from Falcons, for me, it's the best workout to do. It is a skill in itself. Padding is definitely something you need to practice and master. In all fairness, I've been doing it 28 years. There's a clue for something later. 28 years, and I'm still learning. I don't know all of it. I still want to get better at it. I still want to improve my padding. Okay, so I've done it 6 days a week for 28 years, and I'm still learning things every month. Little new tweaks, little new drills, certain little tips on how to make them work harder. Because everyone has slightly different ways. That's a really good job to do it. Stuff you need: focus pads, boxing gloves, and hand mats. You can do it without jab cross, but you will hurt your hands very quickly. But you could do it very lightly if you wanted to. And if you're punching, do it lightly, or you will hurt the person's hands. You'll probably even break their hands very quickly. Okay? Ooh, the angles of the pads, the amount of pressure and resistance against the pads, the amount of time you do in the rounds. Are you doing a 1 minute round or a 2 minute round or a 30-second round? Are you having a 30-second break, 15-second break, or minute break? Okay? So that is vital, because they need to know. If you go for a run, let's go for a run. Well, how far are you running? Is it 100 metres? Is it 100 miles? Because if you're running 100 miles, you are a machine, well done. But you are not going to sprint, are you? So you're doing a 100 metre sprint, or you're doing a 500 metre run, or you're doing a 4K jog. Yeah? So you need to know how long they're going to work for. You need to set that goal. Mental state, you've got to be positive, you've got to be happy. You've got to be like that every day of your life anyway. You miserable sods. See that? She's smiling. Pad with confidence, pad with a smile, pad with energy. Like if you go for sitting there for a meal and you're sitting there in silence, it's not very fun, is it? Padding wants to be fun. Make it fun. Hit them in the head if their guard is down. Make sure you have a stance. Make sure you have a guard. Make sure your positioning of the pad is right at their head height, at their chin level. You don't hook like that. You hook one there and one there if you jumped on late. Good morning, Chris. You've just missed it all, but in all fairness, you know how to pad, so you won't need any of this at all. But if you want to go back and watch it, you can. Hope you're well, and let's get a podcast in. The amount of power and pressure you put on the pads on the point of impact, the basic techniques you want to have jab, cross, uppercut, hook. We didn't talk about parry slips and rolls.
Right.
Oops. Oh well.
That can be tomorrow.
Right, if you want to learn pad slips and rolls, yes please, and we'll do that on Monday. Right, take care, have a beautiful day.
Bye.
See you at the quiz night later. If not, we'll probably do a pad slip roll block pad seminar on Monday. Right, love you all, take care, bye bye.
Bye.